Sing Joe, everybody. Welcome back. You're watching Vietnam Steve, and I've got a good one for you today. Just heading over to the park, actually. I want to go up the street a little bit because I saw a chicken place up there called Bin Chicken, and of course we have bin chickens in Australia, that these ibises that jump in the bin and eat the rubbish, and I couldn't believe it, but there's a fried chicken place called Bin Chicken. So let's go and see if we can find the Bin Chicken shop. Right, we've got a bit of a hike because it was a few blocks up here, but I thought I've got a couple of things I've got to do. Get to the bank today. Actually, I've got the daughter going to the movies tonight, and she's going to want some coin, and I'm running low. Last time I went to the bank, I try to minimalise my going to the bank, get the largest denomination out, which is 5 million. That's the biggest number they have there. They were out of money when I went last time, so I only got 2 million, and I'm down to my last 400 now. I did buy some batteries for the keyboard. Gee, they differ in price. I got some no-name, green energy batteries for 32, four AA's for 32,000, so that's $1.50. But there were 4 AA's, brand name for 62,000, so double the price. So I ended up, this is going to be problematic here, getting 4 of them for 32,000. Also bought some washing pods. I was going to take a run for it there. I think I'll just wait. So also bought some washing pods for the machine. Now there's probably 40 different brands of detergent for your washing machine, but not so many of those pods that go in. I like the pods because it's portion controlled. Only one brand of pods. Oh, here we go. That's, I won't even turn you. I was going to turn you around to see the traffic, but there is no traffic. So I'll just make my way across the road here. I am on a crosswalk, but for those of you that have been to Vietnam, you'll know that doesn't mean much. So today I want to talk to you about doing more in Vietnam. So how do you fit the most into the day? Get out and do more. And for those of you that have been following along for some time, you'll know that I like to divide my days into morning, afternoon and evening. 7 days, 3 slots, 21 slots. And make sure those slots are filled up every day. So the morning slot today's been over to the shops, get some bin chicken for lunch, and then go home for a rest. Crossing another major road here. Just pause the live commentary and get across safely. This afternoon I've got to do what I wanted to do this morning, which was read a few papers that I have to get across before tomorrow. And then this evening is Sunday. I'm going to try and get the wife out to see that Jason Statham movie, which looks like a little bit of all right. I'll just change hands here for you. Don't know if you can hear that, but I'm walking past a rock show. That's not a bad shop, that one. Sells a lot of electrical goods, etc. But I'm really taking my life in my hands here. We might see something that goes viral very soon. All right, that's a major roundabout here in Ha Long, and we've navigated past that, and now we're up the street to the Bin Chicken. I'll move you back to my left hand so we can see what's happening on the road behind me. And we'll just traipse up here till we get to the bin chicken shop, see what they sell. Now if they're selling rubbish, I won't be buying any, but you never can tell. The second thing I like to do to make sure I'm doing more in Vietnam is I don't overload myself. So I make sure I maintain my energy, and you don't go too hard. Don't go too hard too early, that's for sure, because the days are long here. And you've got to have energy to get right through to 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. I make sure those afternoons are kept free. So I have a sleep in the afternoon, as you all well know. And that's just an hour nap, an hour siesta, as they do in Vietnam here. And I make sure that actually happens, because that makes me feel a lot better down the track. And just helps me make sure I'm not overloading the day. The other thing that you can do to make sure you're not overloaded, I hope you're getting all the noise here, is sleep well. So I do sleep well. There's no insomnia for Vietnam Steve. I'm getting at least 8 hours a night, and that's standing me in good stead. So I've switched over to the side of the road. I don't know if I've got the right street for the bin chicken. It was a fair way up here. I know I've got to go past another Highlands and past Ledeco, which is a lot of my friends live in there. But this is a 4 and 8 lane road. It's one of the main drags coming into Ha Long. And I think where that white building is up on the horizon, that's where the bin chicken shop is. I can't wait to get a good feed of bin chicken. So I guess where I started this was at a major shopping centre that had a Highlands coffee, and of course we've got another Highlands coffee here now, so they're everywhere. I will get up off the road here because I'm not that good. Hasaki Beauty Shop. A couple of beauties coming out of the beauty shop. Gom Lao Ga. Okay, chicken and rice. No. Might turn this around and you can see sort of the shops that are behind me here. So it's a whole row of shops here, and you'll see them in the background as I go past. But I'll keep going because bin chicken is what's on the horizon today. Number 3 on the list of doing more in Vietnam is to get outside. So you're not going to see anything when you're inside. Get outside and enjoy the locals and enjoy the fresh air. Okay, Kang Bin Chicken. It says it's a chicken shop there, Kang Bin Chicken, but it looks like it sells clothes. So I'm going to have to investigate this. Let's have a look. Oh no, they're selling chicken. I might go in there and see what they've got. Continue this one inside. Exciting. I'm at the Can Bin Chicken shop and never had bin chicken before in my life. I'll try and insert a shot of a bin chicken from Australia for you when the food comes. I've ordered a couple of drumsticks. They were 80,000, so they're not cheap. This is an expensive lunch for Vietnam Steve, but couldn't go past a bin chicken shop. It's 4 minutes to 12, so that is lunchtime. Seems popular, a few kids coming in. We'll wait and see. Where was I? Getting outside. Good for the mental health, good for not getting square eyes from watching the computer screen too much. and great to see new stuff. I'd never have come across the Kang Bin chicken shop if I hadn't got outside. So doing more in Vietnam. Make sure you've packed your day out. Almost forgot my train of thought there. Secondly, don't overload yourself. So you've got 21 slots in the week, fill the 21 slots. You don't have to pack everything into the first couple of days, and then get outside. And this is for me. I mean, I'm not an influencer, so the opposite of this is probably correct. Stay inside, do more, and overload yourself. Got a couple more, and I'll eat my chicken. I'll show you the chicken. I'll eat my chicken, and then we'll get on our way. I've got to go to the bank. I do need to get some coin out, so we'll do that next. I just recorded a nice intro, but didn't push the record button. I can tell you that's crispy skin and delicious. This is some sort of pickled radish, ketchup, and tuan hot sauce. I'm going to pause here, get this inside me, tell you what a bit of bin chicken tastes like. It's not ibis at all, it's actual chicken. So leave me to it, and I'll come back, wrap this one up, and I've got to walk to the bank next. All right, I've got to be a bit careful walking up the street now, because I only ate one of those pieces of chicken because they're quite large, and I've got the other one strapped on the side of my man bag here, along with the rest of my shopping. So it's really swinging off my hip. All right, so where were we? I mean, it's chicken. Wasn't that cheap, but absolutely delicious. Only ate one piece, and thought I'd better get walking now. Now, I'm not too sure where I am, but I've got to duck through to the bank, and then I'm going to taxi back home. Look, three things that really help me do more in Vietnam is prioritising my time, you know. And I've got a particular order that I prioritise my time in. Don't know that I want to duck down that one. Just got to make sure I don't get skittled here. Number one on the priority parade is family. So I'm always making sure that I'm prioritising stuff to do with the family, because you never get that time back. So I'm making sure I'm doing that. Number two, you hear me talk about quite a bit, is health, making sure that I've got my health looked after, and getting out and talking to you good folks is one way to do that. And number three is, of course, money. Money makes the world go round, and if we don't have the necessary money, we're not going to get much done. So family, try and do something with the family every day. Health, try and do something with my health every day. And money, keep an eye on what I'm spending every day, what's going out, what's going in. Just got to dodge around a few motorbikes on the sidewalk here. I'll swing the camera around. You'll love this typical sidewalk in Vietnam. The issue walking down here, I've got to be very careful. I've got 30 shopping pods swinging off the side, along with a piece of chicken and some batteries. Interestingly, footpaths are a place for parking in Vietnam, and whenever I get out of the car on the passenger side, I find quite often I'm battling a tree or a high curb or a bike or something. So interesting. All right, we've got a clear run now. Let's get back to it. So as well as making sure we've mapped out the day, we haven't overloaded the day. We're getting outside, which is where we are now, and we've prioritised family, health and money. Sometimes I do cheat a little bit and do a bit of a double up. I'm heading to the TP Bank, and I'm just making sure my bags aren't wearing a hole from the big swing and hip Steve. So when I talk about doing a double up, I mean sometimes I'm going with friends to a cafe, so I'm doubling up that getting outside to a cafe and meeting up with friends, or I'm doubling up with spending time with family and going to a movie, or just making sure that the work and balance is all happening. I think that's probably the secret, is being an organised fellow as I am. I don't find it difficult to mix and match all these things and make sure that I've got the necessary balance. All right. Nobody's coming down the hill, but a few people are trying to go up the hill. So you can see why I don't ride a bike here. So look, if you're having trouble being productive, and don't follow what I'm saying, I'm not an influencer, so if you're looking for influence and guidance, that's probably going to be somewhere else. I'm just a fat guy on YouTube, living large in Vietnam. Be a bit proactive. So the first thing you probably want to think about is starting, and just start with anything. You know, I'm starting the 30-minute squat a day. I'm going to cross over here, so I'll pause that brain fart for a minute and just try and get across this road. There's 4 lanes there done, and I've got a car coming the other way here now, so I'll wait for him and then hightail it across. So uneventful, but there's always that anticipation of bloodshed. All right, not sure if I'm on the right road or not, but I'll power it up here for a kilometre and then losing my handle on the handle. Just start. 30 minutes of squatting a day is not easy, but try 3 minutes, try 30 seconds. Eventually we're going to get there. I'm going to be a 5 kilometre a day man and a 30-minute squat man. And I think that's going to be great as I go into older age. Recognise success. So, you know, one thing we don't do is recognise success. So, you know, it's about not listing all the things we should have done, but list out those things that we did do and call them a success. And eliminate time constraints. So don't be constrained by the clock. It's an artificial construct. Just be constrained by your own body. So be proactive, get started, and recognise success. Got another footpath jam ahead, so I'll just switch you off and get around that, and then we'll wrap this one up. been a bit of a bumpy ride today. I've got my hands full with shopping and stuff, so it's part of my issue. Last but not least, thank you for all of you that have stuck with me. The journey through Vietnam, up and down the streets, waxing lyrical about my day. Really do appreciate you all. Love the comments, so please put in the comments what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear about. And if you're in a foreign locale, tell me how you're doing more wherever you are. So I'm doing more in Vietnam, but I'd love to know how you're doing more wherever you are. Now this is the street with lots of banks on, and I'm pretty sure I've got the right street, but in about another block I'm going to be concerned if I don't see the TP bank. So the last tip's probably my favourite one about doing more, and it's really not making sure you've covered off a massive hit list. Some people have a massive hit list they want to hit every day. It's, as I said just before, list out what you do and then tick it off. It gives you that feeling of, hey, I've done something. And it becomes quite a long list when you map it throughout the day. I mean, I feel like I haven't done much today, but I've picked up the batteries, I've picked up the soap for the washing, I've got some stuff organised on my laptop back in the apartment. I've smashed out 5 kilometres. I've done about a 4-minute squat, and I spoke to my sister back in Australia. I've spoken to my mother back in Australia, and in a couple of minutes I'll have a pocket full of money ready for the evening. So when you put all those on a list and you tick them off, you think, well, you have done something. Also, I'll be back having a rest shortly, and then edit this up for you and get it up to the interweb. That's pretty much my day. So maybe don't have a list of what you have to do, have a list of what you actually did. Tick off that list of what you did. And if it's 10 or 15 things, that's 10 or 15 things that you did. And reflect on that. Have you made the best use of your time, given your priorities of family, health and money? Or did you waste some time? That's pretty much it. I can see the TP bank up ahead. Thank you for sticking with me. I love all your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more content from downtown with Vietnam Steve. Ladies on the right there pick up rubbish every day. People leave their rubbish out simply in a bag on the side of the road, and they pick it up in their barrows. I'm going over here into the TP bank. Xin chào. And I like this one because they'll give me 5 million. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Somebody's house on fire down there. That's terribly sad. And that's a coffee shop.